to deliver his address. Sir.
Honorable Minister of State, Dr. L. Murugan, Minister of State for Information Broadcasting, Fisheries, and Dr. L. Murugan, Secretary Information Broadcasting, Shri Apurv Chandra, President ABU, Mr. Masagaki, Secretary General ABU, Dr. Javed, CEO Prasar Bharati, Shri Gaurav Dwivedi, Excellencies, the head of the foreign missions in India, delegates from all over the Asian countries, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. Namaste. I am extremely delighted to be with you at the ABU General Assembly meeting 2022 and address this prestigious assembly of the broadcasters from the Asia Pacific region. I welcome all of you to India. I have been told that the technical sessions on various topics such as content, news, sports, women empowerment, and technology have to be conducted as part of the ABU General Assembly since 25th November, where member countries share their views on how partnerships in these areas can further be strengthened. Such idea exchanges among broadcasters are important to keep each other abreast about the latest developments in the field of broadcasting. Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union, with a strong membership of about 250 media organizations from over 50 countries, has emerged as a vibrant platform for such exchanges. For this, I congratulate both past and present leaders of the Union. About 2 months back, the Indian public broadcaster, Prasar Bharati, also hosted ABU Global News Forum in New Delhi. And as the world is coming out of the grip of COVID-19 pandemic, I am happy that the member of organizations have now started meeting physically, which certainly provides better opportunities for interaction and learning from each other. With information from across the world now reaching us on real-time basis, media has become an integral part of our day-to-day life. It is not only a source of information, but has a deep impact on our life patterns, decision-making processes, and behaviors. Any misreporting, twisting of facts can wreak havoc and create disharmony locally and globally. With the spread of social media, fake news has also proliferated. In this background, presenting authentic information is the prime responsibility of the mainline media. The facts should be properly checked before they are put in the public domain. While speed with which the information is transmitted is important, accuracy is even more important and should be primary in the minds of communicators. I'm happy to share that in the background of fake claims circulating in media during the COVID crisis, we established a fact-check unit in the Press Information Bureau of Government of India to counter unverified claims and present truth to the people. Doordarshan and All India Radio have also institutionalized their own mechanisms to check facts before going to masses. You would agree with me that for responsible media organizations, maintaining public trust should be the highest guiding principle. Our public broadcasters, Doordarshan and All India Radio, have always stood by the truth and have won people's trust for their truthful reporting. Coming to today's theme, media's role during the time of crisis becomes very critical as it directly concerns saving lives. Thanks to the new technologies and the resolve of the Government of India, disaster management services have significantly improved in the last few years. Media is at the core of national disaster management plans, as dissemination of timely information on weather forecast, and warnings regarding cyclones, floods are critical in averting and preparing citizens for foreseen events. Doordarshan and All India Radio led from the front in such situations by informing people about the safety measures and relief operations of the government. Media needs to report with responsibility in the cases of earthquake, fire, and more importantly, terrorist attacks. Media must ensure that any live reporting in case of terrorist attack should not provide clues to the attackers and facilitate their ill motives. COVID crisis has been the time of testing for all of us. Across the globe, we have not only faced such a crisis in the last 100 years, with 5 people confined to their homes, and due to lockdowns, it was media which connected them with the outside world. In such situations, providing right and timely information becomes media's responsibility. Again, the public broadcasters, Doordarshan and All India Radio, very satisfactorily delivered on their mandate of public service and stood strong with the people during the time of pandemic. Even the other Indian broadcasters and Indian media in general ensured that COVID-19 awareness messages, important government guidelines, and free online consultations with doctors reached everyone in every nook and corner of this country. Doordarshan launched a phone-in program, Doctors Speak, providing free consultations to people while answering their queries by the best of the doctors on panel. Braving their lives, our reporters ceaselessly covered stories on the spread of pandemic, safety and precaution measures, availability of health services, medicines, beds, oxygen, etc. Doctor Speak program was run in all major Indian languages. Success stories, inspiring work of Corona warriors, doctors, nurses, sanitation workers, media persons, police, and those all involved in essential services were showcased by Doordarshan and All India Radio. Doordarshan ran Mask Up India campaign throughout the pandemic period to create awareness on COVID safety measures. The work of public broadcaster was especially admirable in timely dissemination of information almost on real-time basis on oxygen availability for COVID patients and on educating the people on need for vaccination, including addressing the issue of vaccine hesitancy. The Prasar Bharati network lost over 100 employees to COVID, but this did not deter the organization for carrying on with its public service mandate. Here I want to underline that media should become a partner in the governance. This is the right time and the right forum to present my views where the leaders of media organizations from across the world have gathered. In the words of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, media should act as a link between the government and people and provide continuous feedback at both national and the regional level. I have been told that during the COVID-19 pandemic, ABU leadership kept the member countries connected online and maintained constant dialogue on how media can mitigate the impact of the pandemic. For this, I congratulate the Secretary General of ABU, Dr. Javed, and the ABU President for his dynamic team in building a strong media response to the COVID pandemic in the Asia-Pacific region. ABU, as an association of the broadcasting organizations, must continue to train and equip media practitioners with the best professional skills on role of media in the time of crisis. India stands ready to support your efforts, and I'm happy to note that the National Academy of Broadcasting and Multimedia, NABM, the Apex Training Institute of Prasar Bharati, is closely collaborating with the ABU Media Academy in organizing training seminars and trainings covering various aspects of the broadcasting industry. We'll continue to support such capacity building programs for the benefit of member countries. India's historical and cultural bonds are very deep with the countries of Asia-Pacific region. A large Indian diaspora continues to further deepen our relations. Considering our strong connect, there is a huge scope in the area of content exchange. I have been informed that you had a full session devoted to it at the ongoing ABU General Assembly. India has a bilateral agreement in the areas of content exchange, co-production, capacity building, etc., with about 40 countries. A number of them are fellow ABU members, and countries such as Australia, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Fiji, Maldives, Nepal, South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam. Program exchanges bring the world cultures together. Such media partnerships between the countries help in building strong people-to-people bonds. Prasar Bharati has been sharing DD India channel in the OTT platform of South Korea on reciprocal basis, including the exchange of several co-production programs. Prasar Bharati is also uplinking Bangladesh TV on its free dish program. We have also partnered with Australia in the field of broadcasting in March 2022 for program sharing. The broadcasters of the two countries are also exploring opportunities in co-production and joint broadcasting of programs spanning multiple genres. I'm happy to state that DD India, with the objective to become global public broadcaster channel, is now available on OTT platforms in many countries. Dear delegates, you have come to India at a time when we are celebrating 75 years of India's independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It is a time for us to pay tribute to hundreds of freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives and freed the country from the shackles of colonial rule. It has taken the form of mass movement where the people from all walks of life and from every section of society are participating in different programs across the countries. We have already done more than 75,000 programs in the last more than a year. Our young generation is becoming more aware of the sacrifices and the contribution made by our freedom fighters in the country's independence struggle. The inspiration they draw from the stories of the freedom fighters is the real connection with the past. We want the youth to inculcate the great value systems and spirit of nationalism cherished by our freedom fighters. India has also got the G20 presidency, and in the next 12 months will be holding more than 200 meetings of the G20 in India. So being the 75th year of independence, it is a great opportunity for us to host the 59th General Assembly of the ABU, and at the same time, India is ready to host the G20. I truly believe that media in all its forms has immense ability to shape public perceptions, perspectives as an effective tool of empowerment. Hosting prestigious international events such as today's ABU General Assembly, provide excellent opportunities for the Indian media industry to interact and learn from the outside world and advance the interest of broadcasting across the world. It is imperative to create an enabling environment for our journalists and broadcasters, friends, from making the space of media more vibrant and rewarding. I wish the delegates from the member countries of the ABU a very happy stay in India, and I'm sure that the deliberations which you had over the past 3 days are going to hold over the next 2 days will be meaningful and bring new insights to the media industry. I wish in the future we should not have any pandemic, but during the pandemic we have faced the problem of infodemic, which was a big challenge for the world, and I'm sure with your experience, your views, your input, and a lot of sharing of ideas, we'll be able to overcome that. Thank you once again for being here, and I welcome you all again. Thank you. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. As reiterated by Honorable Minister, various arms of Prasar Bharati completely uphold the trust of nation with the credibility as its mainstay, as we say here in India. All India Radio and Doordarshan, Bharosa Bharat Ka. And now to propose vote of thanks, it's my honor to call upon Des for vote of thanks, Shri Sunil.